Today's episode is sponsored by Midwest Fire. For more than 20 years, Midwest Fire has been manufacturing high-quality tankers, tanker pumpers, and fire rescue vehicles in the United States and Canada. Keeping firefighters safe while enhancing their capabilities is what they do best. To learn more, go to MidwestFire.com.
Hi, this is Adam Farrar with the Waysville Fire Department, and you're listening to Dr. Richard Gasaway on SA Matters Radio. The SA Matters mission is simple. They want you to see the bad things coming in time to avoid the bad outcomes.
Hello and welcome to episode 97 of the Situational Awareness Matters radio show. I'm your host, Rich Gasaway. The purpose of this show is to improve situational awareness and decision-making for individuals and teams who work in high-risk, high-consequence environments. The SA Matters mission is simple, to help you see the bad things coming and time to avoid bad outcomes. I'm coming to you today from Addison, Texas, where I'm in town to deliver a situational awareness program for the members of the Addison Fire Department. In today's feature segment, we're going to discuss situational readiness, and I'm going to offer you two top 10 lists. One for how to ensure situational readiness, and one for how to ensure that you're unprepared. But before we jump into the feature segment, I have a couple of announcements. We reached a milestone that I'm really excited about. I track the number of people who attend Situational Awareness Matters tour stop programs, and in January we surpassed the 50,000 mark for the number of first responders trained on the topics of situational awareness and high-risk decision-making. I feel really good about that. I never would have guessed that when I started touring this topic around the United States and Canada that more than 50,000 responders would gather to listen about situational awareness and high-risk decision-making. And I need to acknowledge that some of those attendees were also from international tour stops in Europe and Asia and Australia. My mission has come a long way since that first presentation in 2007, and the followers have evolved along the way with me as well, and in ways that I would have never, ever anticipated, and I'm so very thankful. And while I'm on the topic of programs, I want to take the moment to thank the departments who've hosted some recent Situational Awareness Matters tour stop events. Your efforts to bring this valuable and powerful training on situational awareness and high-risk, high-consequence decision-making to your members and others in your region are greatly appreciated. I just completed a Minnesota tour, and I did multiple locations here in Minnesota. I was in the Grand Rapids Fire Department, the Eveleth Fire Department, the Lutzen Fire Department, the West Metro Fire Department 2 times, once for situational awareness and once for leadership development, the Windham Fire Department, and the Tracy Fire Department. And of course, where I am now in Addison, Texas, for the Addison Fire Department program tomorrow. You're very interested in joining me for an upcoming Situational Awareness Matters tour stop. On March 1, I will be delivering a program for the Los Angeles County Fire Department Fire Officers Conference, a program that they have titled A Gathering of Legends. I'm not sure that I would qualify myself to be among the legends that are speaking at that conference, but there will be 5 speakers, and I will be one of them, opening up on the morning of March 1st. On March 3rd, I'll be presenting for the Howard County, Maryland Fire and Rescue Department. March 4 and 5, the Toms River, New Jersey Fire District Number 2 in Toms River, New Jersey. March 8th, the Maryland Fire and Rescue Institute's National Fire Service Staff and Command Program. And thank you to Steve Edwards and MIFRI. I've presented at the National Staff and Command Program every year since 2001. So this is completing a 15-year run of contributing to Maryland Fire Rescue Institute's MIFRI's National Staff and Command Program. So thank you for that. March 18th, I will be delivering the closing keynote address for the Center for Public Safety Excellence Conference in Orlando, Florida. And thank you to the Center for Public Safety Excellence. I've presented at your conference 8 or 9 times anyhow, and that I am very thankful for your confidence in my message. March 19th, I'll be delivering the keynote for the Minnesota State Fire School in Alexandria. March 21 to 25, a Company Officer Development Institute in Columbus, Indiana. This is a program that's a week-long, designed to help prepare company officers and aspiring company officers for success in that position. A week-long, zero PowerPoint, no BS, what you need to know to be a successful company officer program. It's pretty awesome. This is our 21st offering of the Company Officer Development Institute, the week-long version. March 22, I will be delivering a program for the Madison County, Indiana, LEPC. March 26th and 27th, another Company Officer Development Institute program, this time in Fort Wayne, Indiana. That one's going to run over 2 weekends so that we can encompass volunteers. March 31, the Community Fire Department in Houston, Texas. April 1 and 2, the Montgomery County Fire Department in Texas. April 9, the Delaware Volunteer Firefighters Association in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. I'm going to be presenting on generational leadership, a program that I provided the keynote address for at a conference in Florida, and they picked me up and wanted me to come to Delaware to present that topic there. April 12th, Minnesota Department of Pipeline Safety Conference in Breezy Point, Minnesota. April 13th, the North Metro Fire Department in Broomfield, Colorado. April 14th, the Castle Rock Fire Department in Castle Rock, Colorado. April 19th, the Fire Department Instructors Conference in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'll be delivering a half-day keynote on flawed, not keynote, a half-day pre-conference, sorry about that, half-day pre-conference on flawed situational awareness. April 20, the Texas A&M Force Service in San Antonio, Texas. April 23 and 24, back in Fort Wayne for the Company Officer Development Institute Part 2. April 30 and May 1, the Lebanon Fire District in Oregon. As you can see, it's going to be a busy spring for the Situational Awareness Matters tour, and for that I am very, very thankful. While I was in southwest Minnesota last week, I stopped by and visited my sponsor, Midwest Fire, who's located in Laverne, Minnesota, and got a chance to sit down and talk with a few of their employees. Here I get to ask account executive Dalton Lingbeck about the all-poly design of Midwest Fire trucks. Let's listen in. Okay, Dalton, I see in the advertisements that one of the things that differentiates Midwest Fire from their competitors is this all-poly design. So what does that mean, all poly? Describe that for me.
Yeah, well, poly is actually pretty common in the industry. Poly tanks are seen inside bodies all over. Manufacturers do them all the time. They've started around the 80s, I believe. But all poly means that our tank and body is all poly integrated. It's one big superstructure. You're not sliding a tank inside of a body. You're not sliding a tank anywhere. It's actually one big built body that we do, and it's made of 3/4 inch copolymer. It's extremely durable, and it's industrial grade, and it's the kind of poly you can beat the crap out of.
Okay, well, I'm a little bit of a skeptic there, because you say that poly is durable, and I own a lot of things that are plastic. In fact, I was just at home last week, and we had this appliance that had plastic parts on it, and I accidentally dropped it on the floor, and it didn't shatter, but it just cracked so easy, and I only dropped it, a couple of feet. So I'm a skeptic. When you say poly is durable, I think of poly or plastic as something that isn't durable, that's going to crack easy or dent easy. So you got to convince me on this one.
Well, yeah, trusted shoes definitely come up with poly. But let me grab down here something really quick. As you can probably see on the screen right now, this is a piece of poly that we use. It is the same type of material, the same thickness. It's 3/4 inch. And what you might notice on here is it has bullet holes. So basically, if you trust a bulletproof vest to take bullet holes, when they first tested it, they wanted to shoot holes through it and see if it worked. And you couldn't shoot holes through it. So what do? We did the same exact thing. we wanted to shoot holes in the theory that poly wasn't durable and poly wasn't reliable. And we tried to shoot holes through it, but you can see right here, the bullets actually could not go through. And there's actually a bullet stuck in the bottom of this one because it wouldn't get all the way through. Now, truth be told, there was one weapon that did go through this piece of poly, and it was a 30-06 high caliber rifle. It did go through, but that's a 30-06 high caliber rifle.
So it was a 45 caliber on the other side?
Yep.
And so what I'm looking at is essentially there's marks on the poly where the bullets hit, but as you show me the backside, it didn't go all the way through.
No, yeah, and the backside doesn't even have any dents in the backside.
Huh.
Actually, when we were doing this test video, one of the bullets, I think it was on the 380, actually bounced off back towards the person that shot the piece of poly. So no, the bullets did not go through. They actually either stuck in there or they bounced off.
Okay.
That's how strong this stuff actually is.
All right, so there you have it, right from the horse's mouth, shooting holes, literally, in the concept that poly is not a durable product on which to build a fire truck. So if you're interested in learning more, check them out at MidwestFire.com. Thank you, Sarah Atchison, and all the staff at Midwest Fire for your awesome commitment to improving first responder safety. I sincerely appreciate your support of my mission. I should also note that Midwest Fire, along with Hale Pumps, sponsored 3 live tour event stops in northern Minnesota. Your generous support helped to get this valuable message on firefighter safety to regions that might not otherwise be able to afford to host a tour stop. And it also allowed us to provide each attendee with a copy of my newest book. That's a big deal. Thank you for supporting the commitment to firefighter safety. If you're interested in attending an upcoming Situational Awareness Matters tour stop, head over to SA Matters website and click on the blue box on the right side of the homepage labeled Upcoming Events Schedule. Here's hoping there's a tour stop near you and we'll get a chance to meet up. More than 500 agencies on 4 continents have hosted a Situational Awareness Matters tour stop event. Is your agency? No? Please, don't wait until you have a near miss or a casualty event. Be proactive and get your program scheduled. If you're interested in hosting a Situational Awareness Matters tour stop in 2016 for your department or association, just contact me through the samatters.com website by clicking the Contact Us tab, and we'll get something set up for you. Here's a tip about how you can host a program at a reduced cost. I schedule many what I call companion programs. These are programs on adjoining days to other programs. So if you see I'm delivering a program within a couple of hours of your department and think you might want to tag along as a companion, contact me. You can save as much as 20% off the program costs by being a companion to an existing program. Oh, you may recall from the start of the show that this is episode 97. That means we're going to reach another milestone next month when we reach episode 100. In the podcasting world, that's truly a big deal. Very few podcasters have the tenacity to keep podcasting after just a few episodes. One of the reasons is there's such very little feedback that comes back to the podcaster, so they really don't know if anyone's listening or getting any benefit from their show. If you like the show, I'd like to hear from you. Your feedback really does inspire me to work harder. Really, it does. Thank you to those who've taken the time to send me an email or to post something on your social media feed. If you want to know how to find me on social media, visit the SA Matters blog, and there you'll find tabs for Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn. While you're there, you can also sign up to receive notifications every time a new blog post goes up or a new podcast gets posted. You can also sign up to receive a free monthly newsletter. All right, let's jump into our feature segment on situational readiness. And then when that's done, I'm going to share the details of a near miss. Situational readiness. The Situational Awareness Matters mission is dedicated to improving situational awareness for first responders. The precursor to situational awareness is situational readiness. I define situational readiness is having the ability to anticipate what things need to be in place in a well-prepared emergency services organization for a response, and then taking the steps necessary to ensure those things are done in advance of the actual response. What precisely is needed to ensure situational readiness? Here's 10 things that make a good start for the list. The list is in no particular order, nor can I call the list complete. Rather, it's what's coming to my mind as I reflect on what I know of organizations who display strong situational readiness. Number 1, hiring the right people for the right reasons. I cannot stress how important it is to get the right people into the organizations, hired for the right reasons. 2, firing the wrong people for the right reasons. Just because someone gets on your organizational bus doesn't mean that they're a fit for your organization. And doing the things necessary to try to get them ready and fit and able to be in the organization, and if that doesn't work, then getting them off the bus. 3, developing a comprehensive program to train supervisors on how to be leaders of people. Last night I was doing a program that I call the Leader's Toolbox for a fire department, and it's really just last night's session was a facilitated discussion on the best and worst practices of leadership. And it pains me when we talk about the worst practices of leadership and some of those things that leaders do that just kind of destroy the camaraderie and the morale of an organization. So I'm going to share with you the list that came up from last night that would be examples of an organization that did not properly train and prepare supervisors to be leaders. So this is off the list of the worst leaders. Micromanager, destroys creativity, offers no reward or recognition, poor communicator, inconsistent, no accountability for bad performance, avoids hard issues, creates an information vacuum, intimidator, poor listener, a deflector of issues, berates, shows favoritism, my way or the highway, bully, a carrier of misery, disrespectful, self-important, doesn't walk the walk, retaliation, poor role model, ruled by fear. Those are all examples of supervisors who were probably not properly prepared for their positions as leaders. Building a safety culture where egos are kept in check and self-esteem is strong. Number 5, ensuring members have all the tools and equipment necessary to ensure their success. Number 6, ensuring members are thoroughly trained on how to use their tools and equipment. Number 7, training members for success using realistic and repetitive evolutions, scenarios, and simulations. And to that I will add teaching those members how to first think, then decide, and then perform hands-on actions. Number 8, ensuring the focus is first and foremost on the prevention of emergencies. Number 9, evaluating opportunities for self-improvement following each emergency response. And number 10, making small, incremental improvements over time. Avoid changing things at a pace that is faster than the organization can sustain. So to go along with this list of 10 things that indicate situational readiness, I wanted to offer a list of 10 things that indicate a organization that has situational non-readiness, or maybe underprepared. It's the antithesis list. These are the hallmark signs of organizations that just are not well prepared to serve their community. 1. Hiring the wrong people for the wrong reasons. Number 2. Keeping poor performers whose attitudes and dispositions drag everyone down. Number 3. Doing nothing to train existing or newly promoted supervisors on how to be leaders of people. Number 4. Allowing the organization to be run by leaders with big egos and poor self-esteem. That's a dangerous combination. Number 5. Denying the members the tools and equipment to be successful. Number 6. Withholding the training on how to effectively use tools and equipment. Number 7. Training in unrealistic ways. Taking shortcuts in training and just going through the motions, or doing no training at all. Number 8. Focusing entirely on suppression and completely ignoring prevention. Number 9. Ignoring the lessons from mistakes made at emergencies. And number 10. Making no improvements or trying to make major improvements quickly so the organization is set up for frustration and failure. Compare this list to your organization and decide for yourself. Does your organization have situational readiness? Okay, I haven't done this in a while, so I want to share with you a report from the Firefighter Near Miss website. And I'll put the link for that website in the show notes. We responded to a 26-foot camper that was on fire in the driveway of a residence. 2 20-pound propane cylinders were in the front of the camper, involved in fire, and one of them was venting. My captain told me to hit the fire with an 1.5-inch line. I tried to explain to him the possibility of a BLEVE. If that's a term you're not familiar with, that stands for boiling, liquid, expanding vapor explosion. He had no training on BLEVEs and still wanted me to put water on the fire. As I was discussing the situation with the captain, one of the 20-pound cylinders did BLEVE. The captain was thrown across the road 20 to 30 feet. The engineer was blown under the running board at the pump panel. I was shielded by the apparatus. Unfortunately, the person who wrote this report doesn't provide the details of the injuries to those who were involved in this incident. But he does share these following lessons learned. Train on BLEVE conditions and how to recognize one. Don't be afraid to listen to someone of lesser rank. Don't be in a hurry to put the wet stuff on the red stuff. Don't succumb to the pressure of the public expecting the fire department to take immediate action. And don't succumb to the pressure of waiting before you take immediate action. Good lessons learned offered by this reporter of the Firefighter near miss. If you've experienced or witnessed a near miss and would like to have a platform to share your lessons learned with others, please contact me by visiting samatters.com website and clicking on the Contact Us link on the top of the homepage. Think about this for a moment. The lessons learned from your near-miss event could save the life of another first responder. That's pretty powerful. If you want to share your experience, contact me. If you haven't subscribed to the SA Matters radio podcast yet, please take a moment to go over to iTunes or Stitcher Radio and subscribe. And while you're there, please consider leaving me some feedback on the show. And if you like the show, give it a 5-star review. When you're searching, you will search for SA Matters Radio, SA Matters Radio. It's really important to me to get that feedback because it inspires me to work harder for you. A lot of time and effort goes into producing, recording, and editing the show and lining up the guests. And your feedback lets me know that you appreciate that. And I certainly appreciate the feedback. In case you haven't heard, I recently released the 3rd book of the Situational Awareness Matters series. This book contains critical lessons on improving situational awareness and high-risk decision-making. If you want a copy, you can buy it on the samatters.com website store link or go through amazon.com. If you know of a business that might be interested in supporting the Situational Awareness Matters mission with a sponsorship, I'm seeking a few select sponsors to help offset the cost of running the website, social media, podcast, YouTube channel, and the monthly newsletter, and all the other free content. The website has enjoyed over 1 million visits, and they've downloaded over 4 million pages of content. We post a new blog article every Friday. Our situational awareness newsletter is distributed to thousands of first responders monthly. And the podcast that you're listening to has a new episode that comes out every Tuesday and has been downloaded over 85,000 times. So if you know of a business that would like to get their message in front of my visitors, subscribers, and supporters, ask them to contact me through the samatters.com website Contact Us link on the homepage. And a huge thank you to Midwest Fire for renewing your commitment to our mission and signing on to be the sponsor of this podcast show for all of 2016. If you're not a member of the SA Matters community of learners yet, please consider joining. There are over 5,000 members connected here on Situational Awareness Matters, sharing ideas about how to improve situational awareness, how to make better decisions under stress, and how to train members to be critical thinkers and resilient problem solvers. Membership is free. And when you sign up, I'll give you a special report that I've created just for the new members called 25 Best Practices for Improving First Responder Safety. If you're not a member yet, head over to the SA Matters website and click on the red box on the right side of the homepage, the red box that says Free Membership. If you want to get connected with me on social media, you can follow me on Twitter, @RichGasaway, or @SAMatters on Twitter. The Twitter community has almost 17,000 followers on those two feeds. And thank you to everybody who's coming along on the ride on Twitter. Get some interesting comments there. And, it's a pretty unique platform there, Twitter. You can also get connected on Facebook by joining the private SA Matters Facebook page. It's free, too. To do that, go to facebook.com/groups/SA Matters. Here's an enticement to join the private Facebook group. I've put a coupon code in there for 50% off on the new book. That'll save you $20. On LinkedIn, you can also search Rich Gasaway. Well, that's it. Episode 97 is complete. Thank you to our podcast sponsor, Midwest Fire. And thank you to all of our live event hosts. And thank you to our listeners for sharing some of your valuable time with me today. I really appreciate your support of the SA Matters mission. Be safe out there, and may the peace of the Lord and strong situational awareness be with you always.
You've been listening to the Situational Awareness Matters radio show with Dr. Richard B. Gasaway. If you are interested in learning more about situational awareness, human factors, and decision-making under stress, visit samatters.com. If you are interested in booking Dr. Gasaway for an upcoming event, visit his personal website at richgasaway.com.